What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Gonna be trying to do some night fishing here tonight while we wait for the smelt to come in later, hopefully. Probably fish for a couple hours. Unfortunately, I do not have any bait, which is kind of bad, but I got some plugs I can throw around for a little bit. A couple other different types of lures, some jigs. We'll see what we can get to go. Might be kind of a rough night, but we'll try it. Just give it a shot. I do have a light attached to my tripod here, so we'll see if we can use that once it gets too dark. I mean, it's already pretty dark right now, but maybe even throw, I'm gonna throw my AirPods in here, so hopefully you guys can hear me a little better that way. Oh man, it's been a second since I've been out here fishing, so like last time I went northern fishing out here, I think I was live streaming last time I went northern fishing. I still got my steel leader on from last time, so I will take that off. I hope not to catch a northern, but it is always a possibility. I'll try and catch chat here and there, but like I said, not gonna really be reading it too much. I really need to figure out a better technique to do this streaming. I need to get like a watch or something, just something to be able to read chat. I really need a second phone, but I'm not paying for another phone plan to just read chat at the moment. Maybe someday it'll be worth it, but right now, not so much. I'm going to hide that. I got a little jig here. I'll show you what I'm going to use here. Just a little jig, nothing fancy. We'll see if we can get anything to go with that. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but I would take anything, but I'm not super hopeful. I was hoping to make it out here in time to get some minnows to use some live bait, but just did not get it done, so had to work late. Went to my second. I have another job during the summertime that I work, so I had to work that tonight, and just didn't make it out to the bait shop before they closed, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Hopefully, we can get something to go off of this little jig here. It might be rough too because of the smelt being around in the bay. So it could be rough no matter what. God, it's so dark. I'm gonna need my headlamp, I think, right away here. Can't even get my dang my jig tied on. Come on. Get through there. There, I think I made it. I think I got it here. Cinch that down. Oh, yeah. We're good. I might have to adjust it a little bit here. Let's see. I want to make sure chat's up here too so I can see chat. Live chat, all messages visible. Okay. All right, we'll give it a shot here. We're just gonna make some casts. Like I said, kind of a kind of getting pretty dark, so it's hard to see anyways, but we'll see what we can do. Oh man, this feels really weird. Since we've been paddle fishing, this pole is so light. I'm so used to using the huge paddle fishing pole that it just feels really weird. That paddle fishing setup is, I got a 10-foot rod with like a 6,000 for a reel, and yeah, it's slightly different than this, just a little bit. I think this is a 6.6 with a 2,500 rod on or reel on here. I got a Fenwick. I think it's, what is this one? Fenwick, medium light. And then, yeah, like I said, I've got a, what is it, an Abu Garcia 2500 reel on. Nothing fancy, but still decent. Man, that is just feels really strange. Pretty night though. Nice sunset here. Said don't have a lot of high hopes. I could be casting with maybe a spoon too. Could probably do that because there are probably some northerns around. But I'd like to catch a walleye is what I'd like to catch. But without a minnow, it's a little tough. They seem to like the live bait, especially here on the ramp. I don't have the docking either, which kind of sucks. Ice has been off for a while though, so I'm not sure. This ramp is starting to be getting a little bit of tough shape. I don't know if they don't want to push their dock out on it because of the concrete's kind of splitting up here or what. But the dock's like 50 feet up the ramp here. This is also like a super steep ramp too, so kind of a pain in the butt to even push the dang thing in, I suppose. But I know the other docks are out, but the problem at the other docks is I don't have any decent service. So, God, I'd love to see a bite. I'm not too confident though with this little jig. If I had a minnow on, I would be like, okay, I can definitely catch one. Also with the smelt, like I was saying earlier, with the smelt in the bay, the food source is a lot better than this little plastic jig here. When it gets so dark you can't even see me, I'll turn the light on. I've got one attached to my little tripod here, so almost need like a ring light that I could run off like a little battery pack or something. Kind of want to cast a plug, but I guess I could cast a plug here. I just tied this on though, but I could use that other pole too. I can leave this jig on here for now, but I'll leave the jig on. What do I have for plugs even? I think I've got one in this setup. I have a whole box of plugs, but I didn't bring any because I thought I was going to be using minnows tonight, and that did not happen. So we'll cast this one for a little bit. I might even leave my steel leader on. I know that isn't the best thing to do, but there is northern around for sure. But I wasn't too worried with that jig because it doesn't really cost very much. If I lose a jig, whatever. If I lose a plug here though, those kind of hurt when you lose those. So we'll just leave the steel eater on, see how it goes. Just got a little one here. Kind of got like a purple top with some dots, and then the yellow into the orange underbelly. Yeah, I might go down here a little ways and stand on these rocks. See if I can fall in the water. That would be best case scenario. I think I seen a smallmouth bass when I first got here, so I could potentially get a bass here. But like I said, I'm not definitely not overconfident I'm gonna catch a single thing. Hopefully in about a month though, the walleye will move in here and we can get some good night streams here. Catch some walleyes. Last year it was pretty bad fishing. I did catch a few walleyes at night, but normally I can come down here and get my limit. It's usually not like super big walleyes, but I can usually get my limit of them, which is nice. Also, just a heads up, I will check chat every so often, but probably not a lot. But I will check it here and there. If I switch lures or something, I'll check it. Looks like there's some. Oh, there's already some flipping like sludge out there. Are you serious? Way too early for that. I do not like to see that this early already. Usually that's what shuts the walleyes off is like when it gets hot during the summer, it builds up that, I don't know what you want to call it, moss or sludge or whatever. And the walleyes, I can't do my technique with my jig anymore once that happens because the walleyes won't touch the jig if it's got any moss or anything on it. Could probably even bring you guys a little closer. Might need to turn on the light already too. Oh, oh, I got a fish. I got a fish already. No way. We got something. We got something. Oh no, it got off. Ah, no. I think it felt snagged. That was weird. That was weird. That fish, it felt snagged. I don't know. It probably wasn't. Dang it. Shoot. Oh, I did not expect that. I just shocked myself there. God dang it. I'm all talking. We're not going to catch anything and actually get something on here. Let me move us a little closer here. Well, I might have to adjust. Let's see if I can turn the light on real quick too. Where is that? It's got a couple different settings, and I should be able to hopefully spin it. Well, maybe not. See, see if that'll shine on me. It will to some degree. That's not bad. At least you guys can kind of see. Dang it! Can I do that again, please? It felt weird though. Like it didn't really feel like it was a strike. It felt like I literally just snagged something, but who knows? Maybe it was just a big fish. Super nice night. Should be good night to look for smelt. I did end up getting about a half a 5 gallon bucket last Wednesday, but then I went and checked Thursday and I didn't see any. So it was weird. I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be any around, considering smelt run here usually lasts about a week. So we should still be in it technically, but I don't know when it started last week either. So it could potentially be over too. But problem with the smelt is they didn't really seem to come into this location this year. Normally they'll come into here and I can get them honestly sometimes here on the ramp or there's a little cove off to my left that they'll come in on some gravel. But when I checked here that night when I got the half a 5 gallon pail full, I only seen three, so there are definitely not a lot of them around here anyways. I wish there was. And you guys could see that whole process. I have I've gotten about 20 gallons of them here before when I was with my dad and a couple other people. They're allowed a 5 gallon bucket a day, so I think we had 5 people here that night when I got the 20 gallons. So we could have actually had another bucket full, but you get 20 gallons of smelt and that's a lot. And I definitely don't use that many. I like to give a bunch away though too. A lot of people use them to catch northerns and catfish. I'll catch a lot of catfish with them during the summertime usually. which that won't be too long away either. I need to find a better location to fish though. Every place that's good for me right now is has no service, so I can't stream it, which that's not the end of the world, but I could always record videos. Just people like the live streaming better than the videos, it seems like. Get more people to stop by, hang out if they see that you're live. I wonder if that could have been a catfish. The way that thing was fighting, ah, just so much sludge out there. Moss. Every cast, I've got moss on my lure here. Let's go to the left here and try a little bit. Might have to change the angle on the camera though. It's gonna get dark if I guess I can always cast that way. Stay here. As long as I don't get stuck in the rocks. There's riprap on either side of this ramp here, so gotta watch out for that. A decent spot over to my right too. Maybe I'll move the camera and cast over there in a little bit. Oh yeah. Like every single cast I'm getting this dang sludge. It's really annoying. You guys probably can't see it, but sludge on the dang lure. Let's see, do we have any chats? No, it's not really showing. Oh, we do have some. There they are. They're there. Okay. Any bites? Let's scroll down here. How's it going, Monster Bunny? How's it going, Raisin Fighter? How's it going, Low Myth? Fishing level? I'd say we're upper 70s, maybe low 80s. If we catch something, maybe we can consider ourselves maybe 90. I don't know why the chat wasn't showing up there. Sorry if you guys said that a while ago. I just now seen it, but I gotta like pull it up every time I go back and look, I guess. I could try casting a crocodile here and see if I could get something to go off one of those. Most people would just refer to it as a spoon, but this is like every cast I'm getting flipping sludge on, so it's not really that great. Let me switch lures here real quick. I like to use they make a silver prism crocodile. Those seem to work pretty good for a lot of fish, especially at night. They look like a smelt, to be honest. I'm gonna have to put my light on here. It's getting way too dark to even see anything. We'll be back fishing in just a moment here. Brief commercial break. I get this flipping lure to come on. I hate steel eaters are pretty annoying to fish with, but it is a good idea to fish with them. I don't even think I have a pure silver one in my tackle box right now. That's kind of a shame. Oh, we got a blue and silver hammered one though. Let's put this one on. This is a crocodile by Lure Jensen. It's about I think it's a half ounce. Oh, sorry, I'm blinding everybody. I don't know if you guys can even see that. If I look at it, you can probably see it. I just can't look at the camera and show you. These usually do pretty good here, especially during salmon season. Catch a lot of salmon off of this lure here. This is my dad's favorite lure. He would say it's one of the best lures out there. I got a couple other ones that are my favorite. I really like the lime green and silver little Cleos. Guess I can shut my light off here now. I don't need to blind you guys. The lime green and silver little Cleo, the half ounce one of those. Those do super well for me. I've caught a lot of salmon off of those. Also caught a lot of other fish off it too. I've caught a lot of smallmouth, some northerns, a few walleyes, some catfish. A lot of options with that lime green color. But this lure is kind of the same way. You can catch any fish really with this lure. And really good for salmon. I bet my dad's caught probably over 300 salmon, I'm sure, in his lifetime. And I would not be surprised if he has caught literally half of them on this exact lure. Like, it would not shock me. Like 150, maybe even 200 out of 300 salmon he's caught on this lure here. So if you don't have it in your tackle box and you're a salmon fisher, definitely at least consider it. Half ounce, blue and silver hammered by Lure Jensen Crocodile. Hopefully we can prove it's decent. We can catch something here, but said not too confident. But we did get that bite, so you just never know. I can go back to the jig too at some point. Try that again. I just wish I had a minnow. Sometimes you can walk the shoreline with a flashlight, and I can sometimes grab a minnow just from the shoreline. They'll come up in the shallows, and I'll just grab one and use it. I might have to check for one a little bit later. It is a shame though that the ramp's not out. You get way farther out there with the jig when you got that little extension into the water. I'll make a couple more casts here and I'll check chat again. I really need to come up with something to just, like I said, either like there's got to be Bluetooth attachments for your phone, right? That you can just mirror. There's got to be something out there, but I suppose you got to have internet to mirror it. But who knows? It would not shock me to catch a northern here, especially casting with this lure. Seem to like the spoons. All right, let's take a quick look at chat real quick and see if anybody said anything that I don't know why it's not. I want it to stay up there. How's the water? Uh, it's freezing cold, Claire. Does the flashlight scare fish away? Uh, it might. I don't know. Or it might attract them too. Lights do weird things to fish, that's for sure. You see some of those guys fish with like a green light. Especially ice fishing. They'll like put it on the edge of their I don't know how they do that exactly. I think they fish with it they fish on the edge of the light but I've seen people do that before, but I've never asked if they've done any good with it. Wonder if you guys will be able to see the stars if they once it gets really dark. Probably not with my flashlight going. I wish my camera was that good. Probably more my camera not being able to pick them up, but I think on my channel, I think this is where I seen the northern lights one time too, not that long ago. I think this is the exact spot. If you look on the it would be under my shorts tab. I think I've got a northern lights little short, the same spot. Maybe I put the plug back on. I was hoping I'd get something with this, but doesn't seem too great. Oh, there's a fish right over there. Nice. That I could stop casting on this ramp. Maybe we move over here. It's a good view though. If I turn us to the right, we lose the. Guess it's long past the sunset, but still got that little glow in the sky there. But I might be able to throw that plug over to the right here rather than on the ramp. Let's move us over here just a little bit. Not getting anything there anyways, so we'll try a different spot. Might have to adjust the okay, I'm gonna put that plug back on. I should check and see if I can find any minnows in the rocks by the shore too, because then we could cast with the jig. I wish I brought my other tackle box because this one is not really set up for it. I've got all my jigs in here, but I don't have a bunch of plugs to cast with. but I was planning on getting minnows tonight. Just did not make it out here in time. Whole day kind of went like not on time today, so I guess it is what it is. All right, we're gonna put this little plug back on here again. Try with this again. We'll see how it goes. Check chat one more time here. Call it so dark. You guys can't see anything with that. Yeah, let's keep out of the chat, you guys. How's it going, Bambino? We're watching Star, buddy. Yeah, let's keep that out of the chat. It's no place for the fishing stream, honestly. Monster Bunny, can you just hide both of their chats? I'm sorry to both of you, but like I said, it's not really needed in here. We're fishing. We're not playing RuneScape. Did I catch anything yet? We had one bite. How's it going, John? Welcome to the stream. All right. Let's see here. Can you guys even see it all? Shoot, I don't know if you guys can even see it all. I might need to adjust the camera here a little bit. It's gonna be totally black. Might have to turn up the brightness of the light too. I got 3 settings, I think, on it. I could turn my headlight on too. Maybe that would help a little bit. And maybe I have to move it back. I don't know. Can you guys see me even? I don't even know. Maybe you guys can't see me here. Oh, there you go. Maybe I just need to stand over. There. There we can kind of see. It's not great, but what do you expect from a night fishing stream? Let's be honest here. Main thing is I do not want to lose my I don't want to lose my AirPod in here. It falls out of my ear quite often, and that would suck. It would drop right. Ooh, that was a bump, maybe? I got maybe I'm hitting rocks. I had to been hitting rocks there. That felt like a bump though, like right away. We can wish. I bet I was just hitting rocks there. There's a lot of rocks. It's pretty shallow here too. Let's keep the rod tip up a little bit. That might help. Didn't bump any that time though. Good news is I could see the fish coming. You guys probably can't see them. If we did get a bite, we could see him fall all the way up, which would be cool. I really wish I had minnows though. That would be it'd make this a totally different stream. Could put one out on a bobber. and be casting one with a jig. Dang, there's still so much moss. So frustrating. Oh, nice. Now I'm hooked. Just hooked myself. I don't know if this is much better than on the ramp. I have a huge piece of concrete out in front of me, so that doesn't help. But sometimes that structure, those bass will hide up in there. But I never really do very good at night for smallmouth. Usually the walleyes. Every once in a while we'll catch a white bass, some catfish, maybe a northern. Occasionally we'll have a gar swim by and we'll try our best to get one of those to go, but their mouths are so tiny that I think I've only ever caught like one gar my whole life. I've had probably 30 of them on, but they always get off before I can get them in because their mouths are the weirdest thing. They're like, I don't know, probably 4 to 6 inches long, depending how big a one you get. Of course, they get way bigger than that, but the ones that I've ever caught, that's as big as they've ever been, and they're only like honestly, like a half an inch to an inch wide. So like you've got to like really get a good hook set on them where you're not gonna get them most of the time. We'll probably fish for probably another hour, and then I will walk the shoreline here, and we can we'll look for smelt together here, but more than likely I'm gonna have to change locations and end the stream, which stinks, but it is what it is. They just do not seem to be coming in here this year. There's a different location they're coming into, and of course there's no service there. I did record last time though when I did it, so I got a little bit of footage from me doing it. If I ever get time to edit a single video, you guys will get to see that. Hopefully, while we're traveling, you guys will get to see some fishing stuff. I did try and edit one of my videos last night from when I fished below this damn spillway, but the wind was so bad it sounded terrible. It's not even worth posting, even though I did catch fish. It's pretty terrible the sound wise. I'd almost have to just like play a song the whole entire time or talk over it, which I could do too. I guess it wouldn't be totally useless. I could I could narrate it. Just watch it and narrate it. Just makes it weird though. You don't have like the casting sound or anything like that. Either that or I could turn it into a couple shorts too, so that it's not totally wasted. I caught a nice northern in that video too, so it really sucks that I can't use it, but maybe I'll turn it into a short. That might be the better option. All right, we're gonna try on the ramp again here. This is not getting it done. Let me move us back over here. Hopefully you guys can see me from there. Oh yeah. Still still a terrible view, but if we catch something, at least you'll be able to see me bring it in. And sorry I'm not catching the chat much. If you're in here tonight, I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out. I would say hi to you and ask you how your day was if I could read it. So feel free to comment if you want to. Just know I probably won't catch your chat right away. We'll look through it again here in a little bit, but I need to figure out something to read it on my arm besides having a second phone, which I cannot justify. If we were a full-time streamer, having two phones probably wouldn't be a big deal, but when we're doing it for fun, it would be hard to justify a second phone plan, even though it seems to be just as cheap. I seen some deal with I think it was with Verizon. It was like four phones for $125 or four lines for $125. And it's like two phones, I'm pretty sure are like $125. So they like punish you for like not having a lot of lines, which I get, I suppose, but it's like really you can make that deal, but you can't charge, like say $30 a line for a single one. And I'm pretty sure that came with like a hotspot. Heck, it might even be worth doing it. Maybe I should actually look into that. It might be cheaper to have four lines. That's so dumb. I might actually look into that and see if I can get, because if I'm gonna pay close to the same thing, you might as well just buy the four lines. If you Oh, dang it. Snagged on the ramp there. I thought I had something. It got me for a second. Maybe we're winding too fast too. Could try that jig again too and see if we can get a walleye. I've got plenty of walleyes off of plugs, but like I said, I don't know. With the smelt being in the bay, fish probably are not that hungry. I wish I had a lure that was about 4 inches long and looked exactly like a smelt because I might get something to go off of that. I don't think I've got any Rapalas in there though. Gosh, so many weeds. Let's try this. Try the jig out again. I'm not too confident in this either, but got just a little tiny jig here. Probably an 1/8 ounce with just a little twisty tail on there. Check chat again real quick. Every walleye I've caught has been on a spinner type lure. Oh yeah, I should do text to speech. That'd be way smarter. Bro is about to get snacked by the Loch Ness monster. Just lowering the flashlight. Looks funny. Yeah, I catch a lot of walleyes off of just a jig and a minnow. Like, you'd be surprised the simplicity. Heck, just a hook and a bobber, you can catch a lot of fish, especially with a minnow. Live bait always does very well here. This thing is so light though. I do this technique where I just drag it on the ramp usually, and I'm literally just like barely moving, and the walleyes will like pick it up off the ramp, and you can feel them if you got a sensitive enough pole that you can feel them literally pick it up and then swim off with it, and then you can set the hook on them like that. But I usually do not do well with artificial stuff at all. A lot of people will a lot of people will do really well with artificials, but I'm not. I've never been that guy. I don't know why. Some people like swear by it. I've never did good with it. I always have done good with worms, minnows, or smelt. Like that's my top baits by far. Besides when I'm salmon fishing. When I'm salmon fishing, then I'm just casting spoons of some degree. I could put on a different style plastic. I think I've got one other style in my tackle box there. All right, I'm gonna try something else with a different little style to it instead of that little one. I'll keep the jig head. The jig head's fine, but I think I've got one other plastic in here we can try. We could look for a minnow too here. Could do that. Thought I seen another plastic in here though. Yeah, we got this. We'll try this one instead. A little different style, but not a whole lot. Put that on top. Be right back. Just getting this plastic on here, which I'm still not very happy with. A little bit different. Looks. Ooh, shoot! That's my pole. Don't step on that. A little bit different hairstyle. I guess can't really see it though without me. Nice. I've had my headlight on this whole time. I guess I can probably look like this and show you guys. Little different style. Shoot. Hopefully we can get something to go with that. I don't like it though. I'd rather much have a minnow. I'm just gonna try. Still gonna try the drag technique. So in about a month from now, this should do well if the ramp's not full of moss. If the ramp's full of moss, then you're out of luck. The fish will not touch it once it gets moss on it. I got some pretty good footage this last weekend. I haven't really told you guys, but um, did end up with some paddlefish this last weekend here. I don't want to spoil anything, but did catch some. I actually caught one. My dad caught one, and my brother-in-law caught one. So do have some good footage of some paddle fishing to come soon too. I will definitely get a video of that made. Just trying to decide how I want to do it. I'm gonna be paddle fishing again this next weekend. Um, Hopefully get some more footage. I might do a part one, part two. It's not gonna be a very long video. I could potentially record the whole time if I wanted to, but it's kind of boring to be honest. I've spent basically 12 hours fishing and I've caught one or snagged one paddlefish. So that's a lot of filming for one fish. Oh, I thought I might have had a bite there, but I was just snagged on the ramp. I might even look real quick. I'm gonna check the shoreline and see if there's a minnow around. If I can get a minnow here from the shoreline, sometimes I can just scoop one up. I used to have a little wonder if I still got one in my tackle box. I used to have I do have a little net. I'm gonna check the shoreline real quick. I have a little net here, and I'm gonna see if I can get a minnow. If I get one, I'll put that on instead. I could be checking for smelt here too, I suppose. A little bit windy, so it's hard to see. Ooh, there's a crawfish. Ooh, I just seen a crawdad. Wow, okay. I could use that, but I don't really want to grab him too bad, not gonna lie. Bear with me, we'll be back in just a second here. Hopefully, my AirPod doesn't disconnect. Just gonna check these rocks real quick. The little minnows will come up in these rocks and they'll kind of get trapped and you can just grab them. Or use this little net here. Just gotta see one. And it's not looking good. Yeah, I don't that stinks. I really wish I could have got minnows tonight. Even though I probably still wouldn't have caught anything anyways, I say that. That's how fishing is. It seems like it's always like, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. But in reality, most of the time it wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, I wish I could have grabbed. Would have been funny to grab that crawdad and shown you guys that too. I'm gonna check this other side real quickly. Sometimes when you shine the light on the out in the water, you can see the walleye's eyes if they're really in here. I do not see anything out there tonight. All right, whatever. Enough of that. Let's just keep fishing. Oh, that's the plug. Well, whatever. We'll cast the plug too here. You never know. It kind of looks like a horror scene. Honestly. It's like, what are we watching here? I should really look and see what other people do for a night fishing. If they've got like a different technique that they use. I mean, you can't really like get too much good lighting, I wouldn't think, no matter what, unless you're on, like, a usually there is a ramp light here too, so that must be burnt out. Usually they have a light on here. That or it's not switched on yet, since the ramp's not in. Normally fish on the ramp. Well, we're on the ramp, sorry, on the dock. Since the dock's not in, we're standing on the ramp. We always fish on the ramp. I wish I could have seen what we had on earlier. See if I had something snagged or if I did have a it felt it felt like a catfish. They pull that way. If it was a walleye, I would have drug its butt right in. Walleyes they just do not put up a fight. People absolutely love fishing for walleye around here, but for me personally, I think they're one of the boringer fish to catch because they you get like a 2 pound walleye and it barely puts up a fight. You catch a 2 pound catfish, it feels like you got like a flipping 6 pound walleye on. Or a 2 pound smallmouth bass. A 2 pound smallmouth bass puts up 10 times the fight of a walleye. Thing literally does flips out of the water, goes back and forth. A walleye's just like you get your initial hook set, it might fight for a couple seconds and then it's just drag it right in. If you catch a big one, of course they'll put up a little bit of a fight, but most of the walleyes I catch, they fight for about literally 3 seconds and then you're just dragging them in, hoping that they don't come off. Plug. I do have another plug. I could try. I don't know if I have any hooks though for it. It doesn't have any hooks on it. Maybe we try that other plug. I don't know if I got any treble hooks to put on it. If I do, I'll swap to that. My favorite color of plug is I guess I should just tell you my whole. It's a flicker shad. If you know what those are, and it's the lime, like lime green and white. I think it's got the white belly on it. I'll grab it here in a second. But like I said, I don't have any hooks on it right now because I think I bent them both, to be honest, fishing with it. Some of the hooks that these come with, like if you catch a northern or a catfish on it, half the time the hooks get absolutely destroyed. Tap the box and bring it over here. We can look real quick. So this is like my favorite. This is my favorite flicker shad. You guys probably can't really see it either. Oh, you can a little bit. It's a 7M CPR. I don't know. I've caught a lot of walleyes off of that. A lot of smallmouth off of that. Some catfish off of that. Let's see. Do I have any treble hooks here to put on it? I got one. Weapon massive. Oh no, that's not even on one. No, I do got two treble hooks, but they're like big. Whatever. Let's throw them on there. Usually I use these single treble hooks for catfishing. It's what I'll do. But tonight I will just throw them on this flicker shad, even though it might make it run a little weird with it having these big of hooks. I don't know what size hook is typically on these. They're red hooks too. I don't know if that'll make a difference or not. But I typically like to not change hooks on. I mean, I like to keep the original, everything original on it. Like I don't want to put like red hooks on this lure, but since we don't have anything else, we will put the red hooks on. There's one. Yeah, that's a bit overkill, I would say. I don't know what we're trying to catch out here, but does not need to be that big. I can hear fish jumping. Probably a carp. I'll show you guys here in a second. Yeah, it's a bit overkill for hook size, but it is what it is. Let me pull up chat here real quick again. Interesting bait. Yeah, we'll see how this does. I said not holding my breath on anything at this point, but never know. Main reason I did come out here tonight is to look for smelt one more time. I'm hoping once I leave this location, I will hopefully run into them. But we will check. I'll walk you guys with me before we leave here and see if we can see anything. But we'll try this just a little bit longer. Probably gonna get snagged with the first cast because those hooks are flipping massive. It's like it's running decent though. That's good. I really do not like casting plugs from the front of this ramp, not being on the dock. If I was on the dock, I wouldn't be worried at all, but I'm just like asking to get a snag here. Cooling down too. I got I got long sleeve, a hoodie, and this jacket on, and I'm starting to get cold here. There's like just a little bit of a breeze. You guys probably can't hear anything since I got my AirPod in. I could take my AirPod out just for a little bit. Let's take my AirPod out. You guys can hear the actual noise here. Probably getting hopefully not too bad of wind feedback on it. Just a little breeze. It's nothing crazy. Ooh, there's the coyotes. Oh, shut up. Dang it. I was hoping they were gonna. Usually, like, one coyote will howl, and then all of a sudden you'll have, like, another one off to your left or to your right or whatever. They seem like they're all over the place once they get going. You're literally surrounded by them. are coming through the water. Just not get a fish to go here. Still probably, the fish are still probably pretty sluggish. I'm guessing the water's still only pushing probably 47, 48 degrees right now. Oop, probably the ramp, but felt like a bump there. It shouldn't be long though. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully by the time I get back from my trip, the fishing will be like full blown and we can do like a night stream fishing stream and catch some walleyes. I'd love to get it like how I used to catch them. I used to catch literally, I'd make 8 casts, I'd catch 8 walleyes. I'm not even joking. Probably like, geez, I don't know if it's 10 years ago already. Or the normal limit now is 4 walleyes per day. Um, but it used to be 8 because we had like a ton of little small ones that they were trying to get rid of. So you could keep 8 walleyes, and we'd literally sometimes make 8 casts and be done. I haven't done that for a while, but I have done 4 and 4 casts quite a few times too. When they're here, they're here. And when they're not, they're not. Like you said, we have kind of a short window. So you guys probably can't even hear me that good now that I don't have my my AirPod in. If I put that back in, I'm talking. I'm back in here. And you guys can hear me well again. I just sounded all muffled. Come on, there's got to be something out there that's aggressive. Can't get anything to go. This lure does look a little funky though with those red hooks on it. I don't blame them. Like, yeah, that is not a fish. That's not a bait fish. Oh, god dang it! I thought I had something. I know I'm just hitting the ramp is what I'm doing, but every little bump, it's like, oh, finally. Not. If anybody in here is new, we don't do a lot of fishing on this channel, but every once in a while, we do. So if you do want to come back again, I would appreciate if you considered subscribing. Maybe not ring the bell. We do a lot of gaming stuff here on this channel. So maybe just check back in every now and then and see if we've posted any fishing stuff. I think I've got a fishing playlist started, so that'd be a good thing to stop by and look at if you are enjoying the stream tonight. All our lives, I will put all our live fishing streams. I'll put underneath that fishing playlist here. So if you ever want to check back in and see if we have caught any fish, I would appreciate it. But if not, we will. I always say this, and this is what I mean literally. Every time I say it, we'll try and catch you on the next one. It's a fishing reference. How they just getting denied out here tonight. No bites besides that first one, which it was either a catfish or I had snagged a fish. I'm still leaning toward catfish, but usually if you get a catfish to bite, like they don't get off. That's why I wondered if it was a snagged fish. We do some kayak fishing too. I'm hoping to get out on the lake here, like I said, once I get back from traveling, um, and do some kayak. And we could live stream. I could technically probably kayak fish right here in this bay and probably live stream it. I got a couple lakes I like to go to and live stream at. One's got one's got really good service, so we'll definitely fish there again this year, probably at least one time. There's a lot of nice walleyes in there. They look like footballs. Problem is the lake is like very shallow and it gets weedy and you really gotta like find the fish in that lake. Once you find them, you usually can get your limit, but the lake is pretty big for a kayak. So by the time you get around the dang thing, you've burned half a day potentially looking for the fish. I have done really well there though in the past. We've got limits here where you can only catch one over 20. I've literally caught all four of my fish over 20, so I can only keep one fish. I think they use it as a like a stocking pond. They net them and then they release them from there into other lakes and the river and other places. I'm gonna have to look up some text to speech stuff so I can listen to chat. I wonder if I'd have to have a speaker then connected to my phone, like a Bluetooth speaker maybe. I'll look into that. I don't know how that works with live streaming though. I mean, I've seen plenty of people do it, especially off your phone. I wonder if there's got to be a way. I got to look into it. I got to be able to read chat. Yeah, that like I said, I got to get a second phone, but that's a little more to justify. Well, shoot. What time is it getting to be here? Anybody from the central time zone here? Anybody tell me what time it actually is? Jump in. We're out fishing here next. Just jump in. 8 p.m. there. So it's probably 10:40 central time here. Because we got here about 9. It's probably about 10:40. We can go walk around a little bit. check the shoreline for some smelt. Like I said, I'm not too excited to look for them here because I don't think they are here, honestly. I think I'm gonna have to be in the other location, which does not have any service, which just honestly sucks. Like, I have so many good fishing spots that I can't live stream from. Need to get that, like, Elon Musk internet and, use that satellite internet, then I could go anywhere. I remember the first time I seen that, I was actually out smelting, like, that's what I was doing. It was probably, like, I don't know, probably, like, 1 in the morning. I'm sitting out here, and all of a sudden, I look up at the sky, and I see, like, this light coming across the sky. I'm like, "Oh, that's weird," that doesn't look like a plane. And all of a sudden, there's another one, and then another one, and another one, and they're all in a line, and I kid you not, they keep coming. There's like 40 of them in a line. I'm like, "What in the heck is going on?" Because this is, like, when he was, like, first releasing those Starlink satellites, and if you've ever seen them before, they literally come across the sky when are, like, released or whatever in a straight line, and they literally like, there's 40, 50 of them that come across, and this is the strangest looking thing ever. Especially when you had never seen it before. I'm like, "Okay, maybe it's military moving planes or something?" And then I went on, I think it was Facebook that night, and I had seen, like, a bunch of other people had posted about it, and then someone was like, "Oh, this is just Starlink." I'm like, "Well, so much for that. I thought I was on to something cool." It's still cool to see, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't like military planes moving, on some secret mission or something like that. Alright, I'm gonna carry you guys around here. We're gonna check for smelt. I need to tighten up my, headlamp, though. A little loose here. Unfortunately, the fishing, kinda went how I expected it to. I really didn't have a lot of high hopes for the fishing. Nope, I need to go the other way with that. Here we go. Now the headlamp should be a little tighter on my forehead so it doesn't fall down nonstop. I need to get a haircut. My hair is driving me absolutely flipping insane. Alright, we got a beast of a flashlight here. I'm gonna take you guys with me. Hopefully, we don't drop the whole setup as we walk around, but we'll just go for it. I'm gonna shut this other flashlight off, though. We're gonna use ours and our headlight instead. It's gonna get dark for a second, but that's okay. Now it just looks like we're in a horror film, just walking around, creepy. Shoot, I got my stupid headlight upside down. Can't tilt it down. Watch us run into some wild animal here. Mountain lion. There's no bears out here that I've ever heard of, but mountain lions, every great once in a while, one will pass through. Said hopefully my stupid flashlight doesn't fall. My setup looks so terrible. I've got my flipping flashlight electrical taped to my tripod here. So bad. And then I've got a little battery pack that my phone's plugged into. I should have the flashlight plugged into it too, to be honest. All right, we're gonna take a look here. So smelt will come like all the way up along the shoreline here if they're here, and we'll just kind of lay there. Sometimes they're in big schools though, and they don't do that as much. The ones we got this year, um, kind of did the school thing, so they were like more swimming around and not being as like still. But a lot of times they'll literally just come in at great big school and then they'll swim in. Well, there's a frog. Ooh, get the frog on camera here. Maybe not. It's underneath this rock here. He's underneath there too far. Never mind. I was too slow. They are light sensitive though, so you do have to kind of like not shine directly at them right away if you can help it. God dang. Ooh, what's that right there? It's like a rock. Shoot. I was hopeful. Just a piece of bone. Not what we're looking for. Ooh, is that one right there, or is that a rock too? God, that looks like a rock though. You know how many times I thought a smelt was or a rock was a smelt? Yeah, I don't see one here. Come on, where you at? It's so sad, like, when my dad used to do it in, like, the '90s and early 2000s, you'd literally the whole water would just be, like, flashing silver, like, it I've never seen it like that. My best pull with a seine is 5 gallons. My dad's best pull, 30 gallons of smelt in 1 pull. That's 6 5-gallon buckets full of smelt. Like, that's literally insane. And that night, I'm pretty sure they ended up filling, like, a 55-gallon drum of smelt, and they ended up using most of them to fertilize their garden with, so they didn't even use them for fishing. I think they might have ate some too, but if you've ever ate smelt before, they are very, very rich. I've never ate any, but they're very rich, so, you can't eat a ton of them usually because you're gonna have some issues. Just no luck. I really wanted to be able to, like, cast net. Kind of a fun process. Took me a long time to get decent at it, and I'm still not, like, good by any means, but I can throw it out. If there's schmelter on, I can definitely get some. My best throw this year is about 70 in 1 throw, which, like, once again, is absolutely pitiful. Like, if they were in here like crazy, like, it would be nothing to make a throw with the cast net and get 500 smelt in 1 throw, but my best throw is, like, I think over 200, but that's still really sad. I don't know where we're walking at this point. That's, like, the only place I've ever seen any. We're continuing to walk here. Just go on a little walk. Little night walk. See if we got any animals around here. Let's make it a little creepy, horror story now. I'm not I'm not a horror story person. If I was, I could tell a creepy story, but I'm, not that guy. I stay the heck away from that kinda stuff. There's a little shoreline over here, though. I wonder how bad the service is. We could go walk all the way over there. There is a pretty decent sandy shoreline, but I don't know if I wanna walk that far, especially away from my gear there. Someone could jack it pretty easy if I'm that far away. So probably have to turn around here. Surprised we haven't seen any, carp swimming here either. Usually you'll see some sort of fish up by the shoreline, but not tonight. Alright. We can walk the other way too once we get back over to the ramp. There's another spot over there I've gotten some from. I wonder how the angle is on this. This is terrible. My one arm is sore. I don't know what I did. At work today, I, like, irritated my bicep. Oh, that's all sore. Doesn't help that I and it's my left one, so I irritated my left bicep. Well, I irritated my right bicep, paddle fishing, and then I irritated my left bicep today. So it's like, oh great, both biceps are having issues now. Still walking wreck. Can check over here again and see if we see anything. Little sticks always trick me too. It's like, oh, there's one. Yeah, no. It messes with your head when you like you can't find any because it's like, oh, can I just not see them? No, there's just none there. Because then once they are, you usually can see them right away. Just sad. Older people were so lucky. They got to experience a lot of things that I feel like I might not ever get to experience. Everybody says we have it so great, and we do have it pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. We've got life pretty easy, but sometimes the older way things were a lot simpler, and people used to have a lot more fun, do things together. Technology is kind of it's done a lot of good. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm all for technology, but it feels like it's kind of like driven people apart to some degree too. This used to be a huge thing. Like there'd be like 20 to 50 guys, which is not a lot of people, but when I finish this story, I'll explain. So like there used to be like 20 to 50 guys that come out and do this at a time. And everybody would have nets, and a lot of them would be literally in the same spot, and they'd take turns seining through the water and just have a good time. There'd be a bonfire going. Yeah, there was probably some alcohol involved that shouldn't have been, but still was a really fun time for a lot of people. And now I'm literally I'm not the only one who does it, but it's getting to the point now where it's like I'm the only one who comes out here even looks for them. I do have people that message me every now and then, like, "Have you seen any smelt? Have you seen any smelt?" And I'm like, not yet, because I look for them for about a month straight. Usually they'll come in sometime in April if they're gonna come in. This year it was dang near May when we first seen them. But yeah, it's just kind of stuff like that has kind of went away, which is kind of sad. It's like those traditions that people are losing. And I know there's other spots especially in the U.S. where they're still doing the schmelt thing, but around here seems like people just don't do it anymore. The generation that did do it is gone, and they didn't really pass it on to enough people, or they're just not interested in it anymore. And maybe that's the main thing. All right, we're getting all deep here. I don't know why we're having such a deep conversation, but we are. Ooh, fish, little fish. They release baby salmon or fingerling salmon around this time, so a lot of times we'll see salmon in the water too. Just the little tiny ones. And the only reason I know that is because you'll be seining for smelt, and all of a sudden you'll catch a salmon in the net, and you're like, "Oh shoot, get that back in the water." Not even any eyes. I was hoping maybe I could see some eyes out there. See those walleye eyes glow, but we don't even have those glowing. They're just the fish are not in here yet. The water's just I think it's just too cold. It won't be long. They'll start moving in hopefully. Alright, hopefully this angle with the camera has not been too terrible. I can't see what I'm filming, so alright, time to switch arms again here. My left arm or my right arm is getting tired here now. Let's turn this light off and just use our headlight. Thought I seen a minnow there for a second, but it disappeared, of course. Oh, I'd love to see just a big group, then we could run and grab our cast net. Yes. Ooh, ooh, is that a fish right there? Ooh, that's a walleye. That was a walleye there. I seen its eye. Alright, so we do have a fish around here. One was sitting in here. I need about 100 of them sitting in here, and then we could probably get some to go. Look at this flipping massive rock. It's a boulder. SpongeBob. SpongeBob-sized boulder. You're a SpongeBob fan, you'll get that reference. If not, you're like, "What is this guy talking about?" Fresh crab pizza delivery. Make it even a little stranger for everybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about. Ooh, 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 that was another one. Dang it. Okay. We've got some fish traveling around. That looked like a decent size. I don't know. I can't confirm that was a walleye, but there was another fish out there. Ooh, there's a fishing lure. Let's grab that. Maybe. Am I gonna get wet to get this here? Yeah. Ooh, it looks like a little Cleo. Shoot. Yeah, we're about to get wet. Doesn't look like it's in very good shape. No, it's not a little Cleo. I don't know what this is. Oh, it is a little Cleo. Little Cleo, 3/4 ounce. Oh, did it get bent? Weird. Almost looks like it got bent. There's like a weird angle on it. I don't know. I definitely don't want it. It can stay here. All right. Let's look a little bit longer. Then we might make a few more casts, and then we're probably gonna call it here. Unfortunately, it does not look like the great smelt run is gonna happen in this location tonight. We're gonna have to switch locations and go check there. I wanted it to happen, but it is not gonna happen, I don't think. Just nothing around here. I'm not too confident in the other location either, to be honest, but since we did get some there, it's definitely worth checking one more time before I call it for the year. I am happy that we did get, half a 5-gallon bucket full. 2.5 gallons of schmelt is like, once again, like I said, it's like nothing. But that's still like 40 dozen, that's plenty. If I go through 40 dozen schmelt, I'm having a good time, like a really good time, because we're catching a lot of fish. That'd be a lot of catfish. A lot of catfish. My freezer would probably be really full. God, just not here. All right, let's go back to the ramp. We'll make a few more casts with the plug and probably call it. Ooh, nice walking stick there. Oh, it's pretty light. Even though that would be a good walking stick, if you stain that up, it might be pretty decent. Sorry, I'm not catching anybody's chats either. Like I said, I need to get the voice text to speech either set up or get something to read chat with, because definitely not fair to not read chat. And it's fun to interact with everybody too. You do have to be careful of rattlesnakes in this location as well, but it's still pretty cold, so I feel pretty safe that I am not gonna run into one, but always something to have in the back of your mind that these rocks do have rattlesnakes around. Ooh, there's another fishing lure. And a spider in front of it. If you guys can see that or not. It's back in there. Looks pretty rusted. Not worth my time. All right, let's make a few more casts here, and then we will, like I said, we'll call it for tonight with the stream anyways. I'm gonna still go check some more here, but for tonight, we will call that. I'm gonna switch back to turn the flashlight back on here so everybody can see. I'm gonna switch back to my other plug that we got the bite off first. Basically just had story time while we walked around and looked at the water and seen absolutely nothing. I should check chat too. Let me check chat real quick. At least it's a really nice night out. Like, I can't complain about the weather. Wind's not blowing too bad. The next location will be even better too because the wind will be at my back. This is kind of a crosswind here. It's coming across the ramp. The other location I will have it'll be blowing at my back, which is nice. Okay, let me check chat one more time here. What did that just say? Is a demon behind you? Okay. You are like Daredevil to my Punisher. It still might die. Killian, how's it going? I am an ancient alien. What is going on with the chat here? I'm an ancient alien astronaut theorist. Killian looks like the guy from Ancient Aliens. This is sad. What is going on? Oh my gosh, you guys are probably just dying. That's funny. That's hilarious. Yeah, hopefully nothing behind me here. Creeping me out here. No, I'm getting the chills here. You guys flipping creeping me out. It does kind of look like a horror film, I'm not gonna lie. It is creepy to be out here by yourself sometimes too. I feel pretty safe though on this ramp because I got a lot of places to run if somebody wants to bother me. My mentality is if I can't beat them, I can outrun them. And for the most part that works. It won't always work, but most of the time it'll work. Especially out here. Most people are not very agile on this riprap, but I like to like honestly run around on this stuff. I've always wanted to make it would be probably the stupidest video ever, to be honest, but I love running across the rocks, and it's the dumbest thing ever to do too, to be honest, because you fall one time and you're definitely gonna break something. Oh, dang it. That was definitely just the ramp, but I felt like a fish. do like a GoPro on my chest while I run across all these rocks out here. You said it probably looks so stupid, but I enjoy doing it. I can always see the shadow too. If somebody tries to sneak up on me, I'm gonna have their shadow show up in my lighting, which would be really creepy. Oh, now you guys got me thinking creepy stuff. We're just out here fishing. We don't need to bring any of that onto us. Come on. Let's get a fish for the chat. This is basically just me should have put just chatting. This isn't a fishing stream. This is just a chatting stream. Worst part is I can't even respond to the comments, so it's literally just me talking to myself out here. I hope somebody walked down here. A lot of people will walk down this hill just for exercise. Hope somebody walked down like, what is this guy doing? Looks absolutely insane. Most people probably get it though nowadays. Or they think I'm talking on the phone too. Wonder if I should throw that jig one more time. All right, one more cast with this. We'll put on the jig here, make a few casts with that, and then we're gonna call it. We're gonna head over to the other location, probably stay there till like midnight, 12:30, then head back if we don't see anything by then. Well, it can be really weird. I've seen them come in at like, I don't know, like as late as like literally 1 in the morning or almost 2 in the morning before they would move in. Usually they're there if you're gonna get some, usually they're there by like 11 o'clock. Like you can see them at least swimming around. You might have to wait till 12 or 1, but you'll know that they're there, which is, like I said, disappointing that we haven't seen. We didn't even see a single one here. When we did get that half a 5-gallon bucket full, we did see 3 of them here. That was after we had already got the 5-gallon bucket though. I came over here and checked too. Come on. All right. Let's try the jig here. We got to give it a shot. You never know. Probably get a monster northern on and it's just going to cut my line instantly, and that's going to be the end of that. I should say northern pike. A lot of people don't just call them northerns. I call northern pikes northerns. Come on, something pick it up. Yeah, or get snagged. Yeah, buddy. That's what we're talking about. Make that cast. I think I can't. I cast it off the ramp though. I'm gonna. I could do some fast reel ins too. I haven't really done that with this jig here. Let me just do that instead of slow pace. We'll do some quick retrievals. But the good thing is I can see if something's following it, but the light probably is spooking stuff too. Just see a monster northern pike, a 20-pounder. Just catch it in the corner of the mouth, reel it in. It won't even fit on the camera because it's so big. Yeah, this is kind of how I expected the night to go without any live bait. Not surprised. Like I said, it is early too. Water's still very cold. Fish probably aren't super active yet. Plus, if the smelt are in the bay, why the heck would you go after this artificial, whatever the heck it is, when you can have a fresh snack? All right, one more slow retrieval, and we're gonna call it here. Hopefully, we'll catch one. All right, here we go. Like I said, this is my favorite technique to do here. You just barely just pull it along that ramp, and the walleye will pick it up. You'll feel him pick it up. Then you wait for him to start swimming away with it, and then set the hook on him. Bam, got him. But they do not like artificials. It only seems to work with live bait, and that really sucks. Because if I could do it with artificials, it would be way better. Plus, it wouldn't cost as much. When they're really in here, I have caught a few off artificial, but for the most part, gotta have a minnow on. Come on. I don't even know where it's at. I gotta be like right here with it. Something, pick it up. Just nail it. don't I have no idea how close I am to shore. I'm probably right next to it. Gonna pull it right on here, and I'm gonna see it here. There it is. Dang it. No luck. Sad day. All right, well, that is unfortunately gonna be it for the stream tonight. One bite, which is more than what I expected. I expected, honestly, to come out here and catch nothing. My real goal was to hope to see some smelt, but that did not happen either, unfortunately. But we'll go check the other location. If there is any there and I can record, I'll record, and you guys will get to see it eventually. But not tonight, unfortunately, with no service there, no live stream again. So, anyways, if you did enjoy tonight's stream, feel free to leave a like, and if you want to see more, please consider subscribing. I would appreciate it. We do a lot of gaming streams here, so maybe don't ring that bell, but tune back every now and then. Check the fishing playlist, see if we've done any more fishing if you're into that kind of stuff. But if not, whatever. We'll try and catch you on the next one. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Let's say goodnight to whoever's in here real quickly, and then we'll get out of here. I don't have any music to play us out. We filled the boat. Good night, Nex. Good night, Killian. Good night, Matt. Good night, Cody. Good night, John. Good night, Monster Bunny. Good night, Nate. Good night, John the Savage. Good night, Claire Bear. Good night, Bambino. I'm sure you're probably streaming yourself right now. Well, not let me go up anymore. Oh, that's all I can see, unfortunately. If anybody else is in here, I appreciate you tuning in. Hope everybody has a great, what's today? Wednesday. Might be Wednesday for you still. Hope you have a great Wednesday. Maybe Thursday for you. Maybe I don't think it's still Tuesday for anybody, is it? That's in here. If it is, have a great Tuesday. Anyways, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.